Yo, what's popping? I'm here with my review of the Paris Eternals Kickoff Clash and a little preview of their midseason madness. So, Paris Eternal, tied for last in the league, edging out the Vancouver Titans just because of the strength of schedule. They get 4 maps total and have a minus 14, exact same as Vancouver. So, they lose 3-0 to Shock, 3-1 to Mayhem, 3-0 to Defiant, 3-1 to Justice, 3-0 to Dallas, and 3-2 to Houston in their last game of the kickoff clash. That game was actually pretty close. Houston was experimenting with the Zarya comp, but however, once they actually played their preferred style of the Doomfist, they did look significantly better than Paris. So don't get your hopes up too much. Paris playing Glister and Wub as their only DPS, having dropped Naga for Wub halfway through, or not even halfway through, like a 1 week through, uh, to the dismay of many fans. Their two tanks being Dawn and Vestola. We've seen both of them get decent amount of playtime, and their supports being Khan and Dredro. So, how did this team end up going 0-6? Well, they just looked pretty bad, and that's easy to say, but there's just not a lot going on here. I don't know why. You don't think these players would be that bad. I thought Glister actually had a pretty good stage. I was really impressed with him. I thought Wub did decent for having come in at basically no playtime on Overwatch 2, literally no playtime on Overwatch 2 at a professional level. Coming right in, and he looked all right. Um, my real problem with them is their tank line did not impress, whether it be Vestola or Dawn. Especially at the start, their Zarya comps, whenever they started running it, was awful. It was horrible. They were one of the first teams to pick it up, but it was horrible. It honestly made people think that Zarya was bad because of how bad it was. It made me think it, like, why are they playing Zarya? This looks horrible. Give up, kind of thing. It did look all right. It was the same level as Houston's Zarya comp in the end, but they had weeks more experience on it, and it was still worse. So not great. They did play Don Winston. It did not look good. So my real problem with this team is their tanks. Neither of them seem to be doing that well, and I don't even know because what do? You can't you have no options. You have to play one of them. I'd say their Zarya style is a little better, but that's hard to say. If it's I think it's looked better, but you can't fully rely on it. Not even Dallas Fuel could fully rely on it, right? So for me, this whole team is probably getting Glister to pop off. You're kind of pocketing him to make him do as much as he can. I think Dredro is great. I think Khan is all right. So if you can make Glister be able to carry you some fights, and maybe as Wub settles into things, could look all right, but I don't see them getting out of the basement. I just don't see it. I think they're going to be stuck in the basement the whole time. With Vancouver, I can kind of see them coming out of the basement a little bit. I don't see it for Paris. It's just not there for me. Unless they do some crazy innovation, unless they figure something out with their parts, um, I don't see it progressing any forward. And let's look at their schedule. So they play the Gladiators in New York in week 7. They play Boston week 8, London, Toronto, week 9, and Atlanta in week 10. So Boston may be winnable, but Boston's been looking better and better. Their match against New York in the first week could be something to look for, but I do think New York looks better. So, do I see Paris taking a win anywhere? Yes, I think they can find something. I think a team will get a little complacent and take them a little too easily. We almost saw Houston do that as they were practicing new stuff against them. So maybe uh, I don't know. Or alternatively, maybe they figure out how to beat London's Rush and they're really good against London's Rush and they end up beating them there. That's also another option. But those are they have to kind of sneak their way into a win somewhere. It's not going to come easy, and it's not going to be like even signs of it. I don't think there's going to be signs of life anywhere. So except Glister. If Glister can steal a series, can steal a few maps and take a series in the end, that'd be hype. But other than that, not a lot going for Paris here. And they haven't really made any changes. They're working in a very tight budget. Obviously, if they have to drop Naga to pick up Wub. But we'll see moving forward what they are up to. So anyway, if you like this content, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. More of these coming. I'm going to try and do 2 a day and weave in some other videos. So expect 2 or 3 videos a day. So yeah, have a good one, and deuces.